Hello everyone, this is Will with some Black Ops gameplay on the map Stockpile, and today I want to talk about all the perks in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that is coming out in just over 2 weeks from now. And we're going to talk about all the perks, talk about what perks are going to be good, what perks are not so good. Now, one thing I will say though is remember this is based on my opinions, so I'm more of an assault rifle kind of guy, so all the perks that are more based on SMGs, I'm obviously going to put them on the back end of what I'm going to be using, because I've rated them between 1 and 5, 1 being the best and 5 being the worst. So you'll see that in this perk breakdown. But let's have a look at the perks. So we're going to start off with tier 1, and to start off with, these are all in alphabetical order. We're going to have Blind Eye. Blind Eye will make you unaffected by AI controlled score streaks. So if you say for example there's an attack helicopter in Modern Warfare 3, if a player is running this perk, that chopper will not go for that player. But if there's a user or a player controlled score streak, this doesn't come under it. This comes under a different perk in Black Ops 2. So if I was running a Reaper, it'd be a different story. Blind Eye I think is going to be a useful perk, but not all the time, so I've put it as a number 4 because it can be useful if there's kill streaks being spammed. Next we have Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket makes a return from Black Ops, the original one, and simply you just take less explosive damage. This applies to grenades, this applies to any kill streak that has an explosion. So maybe the Hellstorm missile, if that fires in, you're going to take less damage from that if you're running Flak Jacket. So Flak Jacket is a very useful perk, but also very useful for game modes like Domination, where if you get on a flag, grenades are going to come flying at you. This is a good perk for you. So I've put that as number 2 because it is a very good perk, and I probably will be running it as well for Domination. Next we have the dreaded Ghost, and Ghost in Black Ops was one of the perks that everyone really hated to the max because it would just hid you from so much. Look at that panic knife, awesome. Ghost, you cannot be detected by enemy UAVs while moving. This is different now. In previous games it would just hide you from UAVs altogether. If you are stationary, the UAV will pick you up, but you've got to be moving to stay off the radar. This is good because it means people can't camp with Ghosts and get away with it. They've actually got to move around and they've actually put themselves at risk. And that's why I put it in number 3. Next is one of my favourite perks in most Call of Duties, which is Hardline, and I'm going to love it even more this time because instead of just requiring 1 less kill, you receive bonus score towards your next score streak, which is a very good perk to have. I'm going to be running this, that's why I've put it as number 1, because it's a perk that I like. I've run it in Modern Warfare 3, and I believe the bonus is about 20, if not 30% onto your score. Let's take, say, the Swarm, the last kill streak in Black Ops 2. That actually would require me probably about 2-3 less kills to get. That's why Hardline would be an amazing perk to run. Next we have Lightweight, and I've put this as number 5 because, like I said, I don't use SMGs that often, so this is my number 5, Lightweight. Move faster, move faster altogether, and you take no full damage. So if you drop out a window or something, like the window in front of you there, if you drop out there and fall to the floor, you will not take any damage from that. So it can be very useful for people that are rushing and using SMGs. This is a very good class for you. So you might put that as number 1 if you're an SMG kind of player, but for me, assault rifle kind of player, I'm going to put it as number 5. So that's perk tier number 1. We're going to switch into perk tier number 2. We're going to start off with Cold Blooded. You will not show up on any targeting systems, sensor grenades, and player controlled score streaks. This is where the player controlled score streaks are. So you will hide from player controlled score streaks, but any AI kill streaks, they will still attack you. So this is a difference. You've got to actually have 2 different perks to hide from kill streaks. Brilliant idea. Also, showing up on targeting systems. This is a perk, and I've put this as number 2 because I can see a lot of people using those target systems. And for me personally, if it's too overused, I'm going to actually hate it. So I want to put myself at an advantage and put that perk on to counter it. Very good perk to have. Fast Hands have put as number 4 because Fast Hands can be useful for, again, an SMG class. Swap grenades faster, use grenades and equipment faster, and safely throw back frag grenades. This is the Flak Jacket Pro version throwing back grenades. Very useful for people that are being up and close, throwing grenades faster to get them out there. Because you've got to be quick in close quarters. You've got to be quick. You've got to be on your feet. You've got to have good reactions. And throwing equipment faster and all sorts is going to help you. So fast hands might be useful to an SMG class. But for me personally, I put it as number 4 because it's not the most useful, but it's not bad. Hardwired I've put at number 5 because the amount of people that will run the counter UAV and the EMP is probably going to be quite minimum. With the fact that there's no support strike package, well, there's no strike packages, the fact that there's no support as such in Black Ops 2, I do not see people needing to have hardwired on. Because most people, my mindset is, I want to get a kill streak that is going to earn me more kills. A counter UAV and an EMP doesn't actually do that, so it might not be as useful as you think. So hardwired I've put as number 5 because of that reason. Next we have Scavenger. This is my number 1 perk. I love Scavenger ever since it came into Modern Warfare 2. Replenish ammo, and you can replenish grenades from fallen enemies. So it's gone back to how it was in Black Ops, where you could replenish grenades. I'm not sure whether this applies to tactical grenades or not. That's not stated, but grenades you can replenish, and you can have multiple grenades. This applies to Tomahawks as well. Very useful, and I'm going to be using Scavenger, which is why I've put it at number 1. Having that extra ammo really does help, because it means you don't have to search around for a gun. Very useful if you're able to use Scavenger. Next and last in the perk tier, number 2, we have Toughness. Simply flinch less when you are being shot. This can be very useful for people in close to medium range where it really matters. Well, at long range it can happen as well, but flinching less, it depends how much the flinch is, of course. In Modern Warfare 3 the flinch is actually quite high. I'm not sure if they've increased it or not, but the focus perk proficiency in Modern Warfare 3 can be actually quite useful, so maybe Toughness might be useful as well. Very good perk, so I'll put it as number 3 because it might help you out. We don't know how good these perks are going to be. This is just speculation, remember. Okay, perk tier number 3, we're going to start off with Awareness. Enemy movements are easier to hear. So in other words, for all of you that have played Modern Warfare 3, SITREP Pro. Put it as number 2 because I use SITREP Pro in Modern Warfare 3 and it helps me out a ton. The amount of times I can just hear people behind me, I can just turn around and shoot them before they even come near me is amazing. So this is actually a very strong perk, and it's not clear whether this will actually counter a perk like Dead Silence, which I'll get onto in a moment. But Awareness, even if that was the case and it doesn't counter it, doesn't matter. It's going to be an amazing perk. And speaking of Dead Silence is just simply moving silently. I've put this at a number 4 because concerning Modern Warfare 3, Dead Silence is pretty much a dead perk. Dead Silence, dead perk. So it might not work out just that well, but it's still a very good perk if not SITREP Pro, if Awareness actually doesn't counter it. So Dead Silence can be useful for if you think it's going to be useful. I've put it as number 4 because I don't normally run that kind of perk. I'm not too fussed if people hear my footsteps. It makes it a little bit more challenging because I do like having challenges. Next I've put Dexterity, and this is number 6 because there's 6 perks in tier 3. And climbing ladders and mantling over objects faster, recover for melee faster, and aim faster after sprinting. Now I don't know if this actually aiming faster after sprinting is correct or not, and if it isn't then please correct me in the comments, that'd be brilliant. But for me this is an SMG class, because if you're rushing you might have to end up climbing, you'll have to climb over things to get out of firefights, to play a rushing tactic to your advantage. Just doing well with an SMG involves moving around. And now my favourite perk that I've noticed is Engineer. Shows enemy equipment, so it's SITREP from Modern Warfare 3. Delays explosives, Stalker Pro from Modern Warfare 3. And reroll and booby trap care packages. I love getting a care package. You saw me do it here, and this is what happens. Get a quad, because I nicked someone's care package, I rerolled it and got a Grim Reaper. Love booby trapping care packages and re-rolling them. Engineer is a very good perk. I'm going to be using that, and I've put it as number 1 because it does so much. I think it's a very good perk to be able to run. Next we have extreme conditioning at number 5, sprint for a longer duration. This is not unlimited sprint, so it's the same as I believe Modern Warfare 3. And I think they've done it because they've made the maps slightly smaller, not too much smaller, but they've made the maps smaller than what they were in Black Ops. And they were saying that if they were to have extreme conditioning on unlimited sprint, it might mess up the spawn system. I don't understand how that works out, but there it is. You sprint for a longer duration and that's it. So I've put that in number 5 because it can be useful for SMGs again, but like I said, I'm a assault rifle kind of player, so I'm going to put it in about number 5 or number 6. And then next and last we have Tactical Mask, reduce the effect of flashes and concussion and shock charges. So in other words, tactical grenades. This can be very useful for, again, game modes like Domination. If you find yourself getting flashed and stunned too much, throw this perk on, it can be very useful. I might even end up putting this perk on depending on how many people use things like flashes and concussions and shock charges. Because in Black Ops 2 with the creator class you get to choose what you want, so whether people run tacticals or not is a different question. So we can't tell whether Tactical Mask is going to be useful or not. Anyway guys, this has been a quick, and I mean a quick look at all the perks in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I've given you my ratings on the screen in the right corner. Let me know what kind of perks you're interested in from seeing them in this video, and please rate, comment and subscribe. Expect another video coming from me either tomorrow or the next day on the score streaks and also attachments, and I'll also cover the guns. I'm going to cover all this stuff before Black Ops 2 comes out on November 13th. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time.